the release of Hellblade on the Xbox One and me being an Xbox One X owner, I want to let you know how I felt about how the game was playing on the Xbox One X, what advantages you may have versus playing it on the PS4 or a PC, and just my overall thought process on how the game actually worked and the design of it. Well, first, I'm going to get away from the whole console war thing and tell you, really doesn't matter where you played this game at. Yes, is it a little bit prettier, a little bit shinier on the Xbox One X? Probably slightly, but overall, the actual experience you'll feel from this game has nothing to do with the graphical fidelity of the game. Yes, it's nice to actually have a powerful system to run it, but ultimately doesn't matter at all. Now, even with that being said, there were the occasional pop-ins when you were actually walking down dense areas of like forest or mountain ranges or rocks that would actually just pop in as you play, but it wasn't enough to actually take you out of the experience of the game. Now, when it comes to the Xbox One X version of the game, you actually get 3 game modes that you can toggle through to actually change the experience, and these actually change in real time, and it can be changed at any time during gameplay or while in the menu before you actually start a play section. Now, the first mode you're going to come across is the Enrich Visuals mode, which offers increased visual richness throughout the experience, such as fog. You'll get more density in the foliage that you're actually walking through. Shadow quality we bumped up even higher, and even higher resolution textures. This is going to be the one that you're going to use if you just want to get the closest thing to just better looking, just substance around the game as you play it. This is actually the mode that I played the game on mostly through it as I was toggling through all the different settings. The next one you're going to have is high frame rate mode, which is going to be the one that most people are probably going to play on because it basically gives you that 60 frames per second cap that everybody wants to hit. And especially in a game like this where it's a lot of action, even though this game does have a lot of downtime, it does give the game more fluidity. It actually feels better. It responds better. The delays aren't as noticeable, even though I do believe that this game probably is one of the better games that run at a 30 frames per second clip, even if you don't use this actual mode. But this is for those people that want that silky smooth 60 frames per second, and that's what you're going to get in the high frame rate mode. Last but not least, we have that high resolution mode, which it basically just sounds like 4K. Well, unfortunately, the game doesn't run at a lock 4K. It does have a dynamic resolution scaler inside of it, so it will hit 4K at certain points, but when it deems necessary with in-game assets and stuff, it will drop it down to a lower frame rate while locking the game at a 30 frame per second clip. This actual mode just basically prioritizes that 30 frames per second, and if the game can maintain it, it will boost the resolution up to 4K. If it can't handle it, it will drop the resolution instead of dropping the actual frame rate itself, which is actually a really good idea. And I know a lot of people are going to really like to play on this mode because they want to show off those brand new 4K TVs with that HDR, and this game looks amazing, guys. Trust me, you definitely want to play in all 3 of these modes to see exactly which one fits the way that you want to play it when you go through the game. Now, when it comes to the actual combat in the game, I felt like it was really good. It's not some of the best combat I've ever had in the game when it came to like hand-to-hand combat or the sword combat, which this game has, but it was actually adequate. The further you get into it, it gets a lot harder. You'll probably be a little bored in the beginning because you're only fighting a few enemies at a time, but as you progress through this game, they throw wave after wave after wave, sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 people at one time, and you really have to pick your fights and manage where you're actual situating yourself as a character in the actual play space to actually be able to deal with all of these characters as they're all trying to come after you. And the one thing I really appreciate about the game is there is no HUD. The HUD does not give you any type of information about anything going on in the game, and that's actually a really good plus, because the next thing we're going to talk about is the sound design, and the sound design in this game is amazing, and that is the number one reason that HUD is not really important at all in this game, because you are basically given everything through sound as you play this game. And you definitely want to play this with headphones on, unless you got a super uber Dolby Atmos where you can just turn the volume up to 40. You're going to want to play this with headphones on, and I would not even recommend playing this game at all without them. First of all, you just won't even have the audio cues that you need to actually progress through the game, because there's some really big tidbits in there with the way that you actually traverse through the world by just listening to sounds and voices, and the voices actually do tell you exactly what to do in the game. If you pay attention to them closely, it will actually make the game a little bit more easier to get through. Now, when it comes to the voice acting in this game, it was amazing. just like the sound design. Like I said, most of the game is based around sound, and that is no different than the people that actually made this game as good as it is. Melina Jurgensen and her portrayal of Senua is breathtaking. It literally touches you in certain situations. I felt like I was a part of that character as I was playing the game. That is something that I haven't felt in a game in a long time. And the voices she hears in her head, which they call Furies, were really convincing. They use omnidirectional sound in the studio to actually mimic those characters moving around the environment, so they're actually just coming in at different points of your hearing spectrum. And it was something that literally had me turning my character around when they would say, behind you, look over there. You know, I was actually doing that in game and nothing would be there, but it's just the fact that they were saying it, you were just really keying on those cues. It was something to behold. I can't thank Ninja Theory enough for actually having the gall and guts to actually make a game like this. They actually went out and got neuroscientists. They actually got people that really dealt with psychosis in that area and actually got the blessings of them by looking at how this game was being made. Actually were very influential in the development of it. And once they said they saw the actual game in its whole, they thought that this was like the best way that you could actually present this in this type of media. I think a lot more of awareness needs to be brought to this, and this game is just doing a small little part. But honestly, I am super happy that I played this game, because this game was something that actually really touched me on a level that hasn't really happened in a while when it came to this media. And honestly, that's why we play games, because you want to have a connection to these characters. You want to have a connection to these experiences that really mean something. And this game does mean something. It's more than just a game. It's something that really talks about an issue that's going on in our world and in our country. And the fact that they actually tackled that head on, Ninja Theory, I want to give you props on this one, because this was a game that I will never forget. And I really appreciate you making it. I really feel like the only downside to this game was the fact that it really had that walking simulator feel partway through the game, when you were literally just walking around for anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, just trying to navigate your way through the environments and stuff. And it wasn't that bad, because you did get a chance to take in the scenery, take in the views. It is a gorgeous looking game on the Xbox One X, just like it was on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So that was one little instance that I had with it. And then the other one was, like I said, when you would walk through the environments, you would see pop-ins every once in a while, but that really doesn't impact that score. So 9.3 is what I'm gonna go with. But this game was amazing, guys. Check it out. Xbox One, you can get it there. You can get it on the PlayStation Network. You can also get it on Steam. Game goes for $30. If you can find it on a sale, even better. But remember, this is the type of game that you definitely want to wear those headphones with, because you will get an even better experience checking it out that way. And with that, guys, is the end of the video. This is my very first review of any sort that I have on my channel. Let me know how I did on it. Critique it away. Send me DMs on Twitter. Talk about it in the comment section. Definitely want to know what I can do better, or more information that I can give you around the game overall. But make sure you just give that information. Definitely gonna be looking at the comment section for that, because I definitely want to get into this a little bit more than I have been before. So like I said earlier, thanks for watching this video. Sub to the channel if you haven't. Like this video if you like the content. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. Turn on those notifications, gonna let you know the next time my videos go live. It's your boy Gaming Forte. You guys have a great week, and I'm gonna talk to you in the next video. Peace.